Hi there. Welcome to Zarvana. In this video, I want to tell you about the second step necessary to start saving time and become more productive using the Zarvana online platform. That step is to pick one or two behaviors that you want to commit to take action on and turn into a habit. But before we get there, let's just say that the first step is to take the Time Finder diagnostic. If you haven't already, you should see that in today's actions up here. That will show up there. But you can also always scroll down to the bottom here and you can click Take Now to take that. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do that. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even less for you if you're fast, and you will see your Time Finder report. If you need help understanding that, go and check out the last video we did. So, assuming you've done that, how do you decide which behaviors to take action on? So before we show you where we give you guidance, we'd like to give you some recommendation based on what Stanford psychologist B.J. Fogg says are golden behaviors. He's an expert on behavior change, and he says that when you're trying to choose an area to change, you want to do things that have 3 characteristics. 1, you want to change it. 2, you're capable of changing it. And 3, it helps you achieve your long-term or at least higher level goals. So those are golden behaviors, ones that you want to change, you can change, and that relate to your goals. So with that framework in mind, how do you figure out which behaviors to take action on within Zarvana? So as you can see here, in today's action, if you haven't committed to take action on a behavior already, we're going to recommend one, which you can click on, and that will take you to that behavior page. On the behavior page, you're going to see a few different pieces of information. The first is a description of the behavior and how to do it. And that's right up here at the top. Then you'll see a series of steps that will allow you to turn that into a mastered behavior. What % of people are doing that behavior? And then what's the rationale or the research and the evidence behind why to do this? And you can see there's plenty of sources here that you can check out for further reading. So this is a behavior that you could take action on. And again, that will be on your dashboard and it will show you one behavior to recommend. If you're like, that's not interesting to me, I'd prefer somewhere else to start, then the next place to look is scroll down on your dashboard and you'll see here, this is taking the recommendations from your Time Finder report and displaying them here. And so it shows you your top 4 behaviors that you would recommend, that we would recommend you taking. Below that is your skills. Again, skills are sequences of behaviors. We do recommend starting with a skill because whenever you're making change, it's easier to make related changes than a number of different random changes. So we would suggest starting with a skill. And again, similarly, you can click on any of these skills, and these are in order of priority recommendations. So this limiting face-to-face interruptions would be my top recommended skill, and then so on, accomplishing your priorities. So those are the places where you want to look, is on your dashboard with behaviors and skills. But say you look through this and you're like, honestly, I'm not sure that any of these are exactly what I want to do. Then what we would recommend is saying, click on See All Behaviors here, or you can click on the library up here at the top. And this is going to open up access to all of the behaviors on the platform. Here we're on the behavior side of the library, and you can see that the behaviors here are organized by these categories. There are 9 categories on the platform at this time with 150 behaviors to look through. If you're interested in a category, click there and you can see that that expands and shows you all of the related behaviors there. You can at any time click into those and begin to read about them and take action on them. So let's say you're struggling with doing hard tasks at work. You always keep pushing them off. So you say, remove choices. This looks like an interesting behavior that might help me here. You click into this, you read the description, take a look at the steps, sees like part of the golden behavior. It seems doable, something you can do. And it looks like, it makes sense. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on Habify. Now there's a button here at the bottom or here at the top. Do the same thing. Habify means that you're committing to turn this into a habit. So click there. This will describe the process for doing that. I'm not going to read through it here, but I would recommend that you read it when you go through this process. And you click Begin. If you haven't set up notifications to remind you to track your progress and to do these behaviors, you'll next be reminded there. In this case, I have, so it's going to take you right into that first step for the behavior, and you can see that it then moves you through these steps. Go back to your dashboard, and now you should see that that behavior is here, and in today's action, we recommend taking the first steps. So that is the second step in how to use Zarvana to save time, gain an edge, become more productive. Pick one or two behaviors to start with. That's about as much as someone can work on changing at one time. So go ahead and pick your behavior today.